So today, we have such an exciting episode. Like seriously, we're making a very unique recipe from the south of Spain. You know, the southern Spanish kitchen is very influenced by Moorish cuisine as the Moors occupied the Iberian Peninsula between the years 711 to 1492. Okay, enough with the history lesson. Anyways, we're talking Andalusian couscous with vegetables. Now, the beauty of this dish is the combination of all the ingredients together as it truly gives it the most incredible sweet and savory flavor, folks. We're talking layer upon layer of so much goodness, a recipe that's very easy to make, and the best part is always, it comes together in just 30 minutes. Let's begin by getting our ingredients ready. I'm gonna grab a small head of broccoli and cut it into bite-sized florets. Then we'll transfer the broccoli florets into a strainer and rinse them under some cold running water. And we'll add the broccoli into a salad spinner and spin it completely dry. You know, if you don't have a salad spinner, you can just pat it dry using a dishcloth. For the next ingredients, I'm going to roughly chop one medium-sized onion, roughly chop one red bell pepper, and we'll thinly slice 4 cloves of garlic. Alright, let's start cooking our dish. Let's begin by heating the liquid to make the couscous. I'm going to add in 1 cup of vegetable broth into a saucepan, which is 240 milliliters. Of course, you can totally use water here, but by using the broth, it gives a bigger depth of flavors to the couscous. We'll pinch in a kiss of sea salt and heat it with a medium heat. At the same time, I'm going to heat a large fry pan with a medium heat as well, and add in a generous 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil, which is 35 milliliters. After heating the olive oil for about 1 minute, you don't want it to get too hot. I'm going to add in all the chopped veggies, and we'll mix the vegetables around. That way they're all coated in that olive oil, and you don't have to mix this continuously. Our vegetables are cut into larger chunks, but make sure to get in there every 30 seconds or so. That way everything evenly sautés. After about 5 minutes, and the onions are nice and translucent and the rest of the vegetables lightly sauteed, you don't want to brown them too much. I'm going to add in a 15.5-ounce can of chickpeas, which is 440 grams, and I did drain the can into a sieve beforehand and rinse the chickpeas under some cold running water. We'll also add in a 1/4 cup of raisins, which is 40 grams, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon powder, which weighs in at about 3 grams, and a 1/4 teaspoon of saffron threads, which is 0.17 grams. Then we'll season with a kiss of sea salt and some freshly cracked black pepper. And we'll give it a gentle mix. That way everything is evenly mixed together. As always, the saffron threads I'm using are from Golden Saffron. Like I always tell you, some of the best saffron in the market. You'll find a link where you can get some in the description box below. Once everything is well mixed, I'm going to add in 1/2 cup of cold water, which is 120 milliliters. And we'll give it a quick mix. Then I'm going to add in 2 bay leaves, place a lid on the pan, and lower the fire to a low heat. And we're going to simmer this on a low heat between 5 to 10 minutes. You know, this is enough time for all the flavors to develop and for all the ingredients to be perfectly tender. All right, let's move back to the saucepan. As you can see at this point, that broth has came to a boil, so it's time to add in the couscous. I'm going to measure out 1 cup of couscous, which is 180 grams. Add the couscous into the saucepan. Give it a quick mix. Place a lid on the saucepan and remove it from the heat. And we're going to let this sit here for exactly 5 minutes. This is enough time for that couscous to be perfectly cooked through. After 5 minutes, I'm going to remove the lid and using a fork, start fluffing the couscous. You know, this is going to help separate the grains as well as break up any clumps of couscous. Okay, let's move back to the fry pan. Our ingredients have been simmering for about 10 minutes, and at this point, that broccoli and the raisins should be perfectly tender, and those chickpeas with a melt-in-your-mouth texture. At this point, this dish is ready to go, so let's start assembling. I'm gonna add in some of the couscous into a shallow bowl. Then we'll add in some of the vegetable mixture over the couscous. And we'll sprinkle it with some freshly chopped parsley. Check it out, our Andalusian couscous with vegetables is done. This is known in Spain as couscous de verduras a la andaluza, a beautiful dish from the south of Spain. So easy to make, came together in just 30 minutes, and the aromas coming out of it are truly mind-blowing amazing. Let's give this a try and see how it turned out. Once again, folks, couscous de verduras a la andaluza. What a beautiful looking dish. Here we go. That's so good. Let me try one of the broccolis. That was too big of a bite. Seriously. It's an absolute wow factor. Like I told you at the beginning, the combination of all these ingredients works so well together. Sweet and savory, but not overly sweet, just a little bit from the raisins. A very unique recipe from the south of Spain. So easy to make. Comes together in just 30 minutes. Try this at home, serve it as a side dish, next to some grilled fish and a bottle of Spanish wine, or even as a main course, once again, with that bottle of Spanish wine. Either way, the flavors are gonna blow you away. Really quick before I go, shout out to a couple of my patrons, Martin John Madsen, Jasper Haloon, Jim Owens, Tommy Williams, and Clarence Bolin. Again, guys, thank you so much for being patrons of Spain on a Fork. You know how much I appreciate you. If you enjoyed today's video, hit that like button, as it really helps out the channel. Leave me a comment below. Don't forget to share this video with your family and friends. That way our Spain on a Fork community can continue to grow. Till the next time, hasta luego.